one of the most memorable seasons in Rockwall sports history. The 1963 Rockwall High School Yellow Jackets football team would write a story that had the makings of legend. A story of courage, of opportunity, a story of miracles.
Here's a stop by to Benford, and the kick almost blocked. He gets it off. It hits down on the 35, rolls dead on the 31-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10 to go for Rockwall. From that point, they have 61 seconds left to play.
Well, Rockwall has always been a very strong followers of their football team. We've had good teams and everything, but it was so very exciting when we got to go to state.
Everybody was just very interested in what was taking place with the Yellow Jackets.
Under the direction of head coach Jim Hess and assistants Jerry Schaefer, Clyde Alexander, and Hobart Wisdom, the 1963 team had used their speed and agility to systematically dismantle their opponents, ending their regular season with a single loss to rival Lake Highlands. On Saturday, November 23rd, one day after the nation was shocked by the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the Yellow Jackets put aside their feelings to play Lake Highlands again, this time for the by-district title.
I remember I was in study hall, and when they came on, somebody told us that the president had been killed in Dallas. That was pretty terrible. But we had a game to play, and you know, it's like you said, you couldn't postpone it. You just went ahead and played, and you kind of blocked things out of your mind, and you know, you did the job you had to do.
Avenging their early season loss, Rockwall ran away with the victory and advanced to the regional finals. Their historic playoff run had begun. The road to the championship game was swift. Beating Jacksboro, Pewitt, and Dalhart on consecutive weeks, the stage was set for the final hurdle between the Jackets and their date with destiny. In the frigid cold of a December Texas afternoon, just days before Christmas, the Jackets would face the mighty John Foster Dulles Vikings at historic Baylor Stadium in Waco for the state championship Class AA showdown. With thermometers hovering at the freezing mark, hundreds of loyal Rockwall residents had piled into cars, boarded buses and trains for the trip to Waco, ready to brave the elements to support their beloved Yellow Jackets.
It was extremely cold at that game, and so we didn't seem to mind the cold at all. We were younger, of course, but we were just so proud to be there and so proud of Rockwall.
Freezing rain and sleet had left the field in Waco a soggy mess. Footing was treacherous at best, conditions that would work to the advantage of the bigger and slower Dulles team and effectively neutralize Rockwall's speed advantage.
Waco was supposed to cover the field. Obviously, from what we were told, they for some reason didn't cover it. I don't know if somebody said that John Foster Dulles paid them not to because we were faster than they were and they were bigger than we were, so I don't know. That's kind of the deal. We didn't have the ability to turn the corner as much on them and get the speed on them that we needed. But that was kind of, the weather was what it was. We came out, we were doing our calisthenics, we watched those guys come out the deal. They kept coming out and coming. I think they had 55 or 60 players on their team, and they kept saying, you know, would they suit up half the town or what?
The game turned into a defensive slugout, and through 3.5 quarters, neither team could find the end zone.
Here Here's a handoff going to the big fullback, Haviland again. He hits into left guard, and there's nothing there. Brought down by Cullis, and by Morrow.
As the third quarter was winding down, the relentless drizzle and numbing cold began to take their toll on the Rockwall defense.
Flanker right. Here is a handoff going to Haviland. He hits in between left guard and left tackle, and there's very little there. But the Vikings of Dulles are threatening now. Here is Vincent under, handing off to the fullback, Haviland. He goes in between left guard and left tackle, moves that ball down to about the 1 yard line.
In spite of a courageous goal line stand, the Vikings managed to penetrate the Jackets' tiring defense for a 2-yard touchdown.
And the Dulles team has finally broken the ice and moved ahead by a score of 6-0 with the extra point try yet to come.
The mood on the Rockwall sideline was subdued.
I thought that, my goodness, we've come this far. It'd be a shame for us to lose this game, but there's a chance that we may lose it.
The Dulles kick pulled wide right. An offsides penalty on Rockwall gave the Vikings one more chance. Attempting to put the game away, Dulles gambled on a 2-point conversion. The Rockwall defense held, leaving the door open for the legendary drama that was soon to unfold. As the clock wound down in this epic struggle, many Rockwall fans began making their way to their cars and buses. So sure of defeat, some had even started the long journey home.
We were sitting with friends at the game, and when they scored first, but they didn't make their extra point, and the score was 6-0. And the friend that we rode with said, "We're going to get beat. I've just got to, I can't stand this. I've got to leave."
Dulles' fans had poised themselves on the sidelines at the edge of the end zone, ready to begin their victory celebration. But Rockwall wasn't done yet.
Coming up with the ball is Jackie Anderson, getting outside to the far side, makes his cut up the field. He's to the 35 and sees that he's going to be hit on the 36-yard line and runs the ball out of bounds. Shy of the 40, so he ran the ball out of bounds to stop the clock.
Facing 4th and 5 with less than a minute to play, Rockwall quarterback Kenny Terry threw up a prayer.
As Rockwall comes out of the huddle with 35 seconds left to play, here's Terry back, looking for a receiver, has a man deep, shoots, and a beautiful kick down on the 35-yard line by Noah. He's the 10, he's the 5, he is in, a touchdown for Rockwall. With 23 seconds left.
With just seconds left in the game, a tied score, and both sides of the stands in total disarray, Rockwall kicker Jackie Anderson calmly took the field.
I remember looking at Jackie's eyes. It was about that big around, and I just said, "You know, you can do it," and so he did it.
Only 23 seconds remains to be played in this ball game. How's this for the finish? And now we are going to have the extra point try. Who is that trying? Is it? See if you can get his number. Here's the placement. The kick is up, and it's good. And Rockwall leads by a score of 7-6 over Dulles with just 23 seconds left to play in the ball game.
Anderson's kick split the uprights. Rockwall 7, Dulles 6. With only 23 seconds between the 63 Jackets and a championship, the Rockwall defense made one final stand.
Just a moment ago. All right, Benford is under. Snap back is to Benford. A pitch out to Senior. Senior running with that ball. Breaks into the secondary around the left side. Fumbles the ball. A Rockwall recovery on the 36-yard line. The clock shows only 15 seconds. Senior was hit down on the 36-yard line. Rockwall is still running. There's not going to be time for another play. The ball game is over, and Rockwall has won the Class AA championship of the state of Texas, pulling one out here in the 23 seconds to go to win over John Foster Dulles by a score of 7-6. Gives the Rockwall team the 1-point margin of victory, which means a state championship for Coach Jim Hess of Rockwall and his Rockwall High School Yellow Jackets.
As you look back on it later on, maybe you're saying, you know, gosh, you know, we could have done this or that or something different. But you know, we just had that, we're not going to quit. You know, you may beat us, but we're not going to quit.
In the aftermath of the victory and their incredible championship run, the 1963 Rockwall State Champion Yellow Jackets stand alone as the only state championship football team in Rockwall history. Their talent, teamwork, and perseverance remains an inspiration to the community and has forever secured their place in history.
We did it, you know. You know, there wasn't like anything else. It just, we did it.